me, baby. It's funny, every time I say that, I kind of giggle, but about 2 years ago, so I this live show, which I've been doing for, I don't know, 6 years now, 7 years now. It used to be called Brave in Action, and then a couple of years ago, I realized that I needed to stand up and take up the stage, like, it was me. I have this business, I've had this business for a long time, but I am the business. And so I rebranded it to have my name on it. And that was a really scary thing, but it's kind of it's fun and exciting as well to step up into your power. And that's exactly what today's topic is all about, is being the destination, stepping into this quantum shift. And so before we get there, for those of you who are new, and we are live on Substack, LinkedIn, and YouTube, and Substack is popping off right now. I am so excited to see all of you here. It's really, really wonderful. My name is Heather, like I said before, and I am a transformation coach. What does that mean? It means that I help you go from a pressure filled life to a pleasurable one with more ease so that you can hold more but feel like you're carrying less. And I do that through a number of different platforms and channels, but specifically human design and NLP, subconscious reprogramming, and some somatic drop in work. I love this work because I am here to meet you at your future self, to be who you want to be right now, to get rid of all the noise and the drama and the mess and the ick so that you can be peaceful, you can be joyful, and you can take radical responsibility for yourself, even and especially when everything around you is a complete and utter shit show, which is really, truly happening right now in so many places and in so many ways, right? So I get it. I understand that it can feel challenging and chaotic right now in the world. But being peaceful, being successful, being joyful, being happy is inside work. And it doesn't come as the result of something. It comes from doing it right now, from being it right now. That is so, so important to remember. So, what I promised you all, and I'm giving it to you, I do use notes, you guys, because I don't want to forget anything. What I'm promising you and what I'm giving you is that this is a quantum shift. So, let me share one of my favorite fun facts. I dropped this at a fundraising event last Friday and like blew somebody's mind. This is like my favorite party trick. Did you know that in 2021, the Nobel Prize for Physics went to three physicists who have proven that the universe does not locally exist? Sit with that for a minute. The universe does not locally exist. We are experiencing it like a hologram. Okay. Now, you're going to come back to that. You're going to think about it later. You're like, I don't even understand. I can't wrap my head around it. I get that. You should have heard me trying to explain quantum physics to my daughter when she was 10. She's 12 now. It's really a lot to wrap your head around, but it's very cool because just like excuse me, just like we know the speed of sound and the speed of light, they start over here and we experience them over here, right? We know that they happen way before we experience them. That is the same with time, and it is same with the universe as we are experiencing it. So you are creating right now the future that you will experience in real time later. So that is what I mean by being the destination, choosing to be exactly where you desire being in the future. So just take a minute right now and take a big deep breath in through your nose and out through your mouth. And think of a way you want to exist, a way you want to feel, a state of being in the future that you maybe don't feel is fully manifested right now. And maybe that's wealthy, maybe it's abundant, maybe it's happy, maybe it's joyful, right? Maybe it's all of those things. And I want you to think of a time where you felt at least some version of that thing. Maybe for a moment you felt super wealthy or abundant. Maybe for a moment you were super joyful or happy. And I want you to bring up that memory, whether you see a picture or you hear a sound or you feel a feeling in your body. And I want you to turn up that thought, feeling, sound, whatever it is. Like, turn the volume up on it, make it brighter, make it bigger, blow it up on the screen. You're tapping into a moment where you have experienced this before. And then I want you to, I'm going to use the word picture, but not everybody sees a picture. And I understand that. So if you see a picture in your mind, I want you to picture and imagine. And if not, then hear it, feel it, whatever works best for you. Um, that you are stepping into this as your constant reality, right? So turn it up, make it brighter, make it louder, or make it softer. Play around with it until it feels like the most delightful thing in the world. And then I want you to imagine there's like a master lock sound, like a I want you to lock it in. That is your destination. You can be there right now, any minute, right? You can channel that at any minute. You can step into that state of being at any moment. You have all the power to do that, which is an incredibly cool gift that you have as a human. Animals don't have that. I mean, we're animals, but non-humans don't have that. You have that power at any moment to be in any state of being that you desire. But let's take it a little bit of a step further. You want to go from doing to being. And we live in a world that loves the doing, the checklists, the whatever, right? I have so many clients and people that I meet at retreats and workshops and when I speak that just want to be told what they're supposed to do and what the boxes are and how to be, and that is never the answer, right? And first of all, success has to be self-defined. 100%. You have to feel successful. So what is successful for me is not going to look and feel like what's successful for you, quite likely, maybe, but who knows? For me, success looks like having more than enough financial and support to be able to live a joyful, aligned life, to support my kids, to travel, to adventure, to go to concerts, to have a great time, to do the work that I love for the people that need it, right? I recently, somebody who I admire and respect was talking about having premium clients. And while I hear that moves into hustle mentality for me. I I want clients that are ready to show up and transform themselves, because when we transform ourselves, we transform the world around us. It's a domino effect. One person creates change, and then that person affects so many people. You can't change anyone but yourself. But when you change yourself, the people around you change. And if you go from doing to being, from thinking that you've got to behave a certain way to get success, ease, happiness, joy, all of those things, peace, all of that. When you switch that and you realize that you can start with the ending, hot damn, you show up differently, you engage differently, you have different expectations, you take up more space, which of course, my darling, I want you to do. Take up more space. We need you to be your beautiful, powerful self, to trust yourself, to be expansive. Even now, especially now, one of my sweet friends is Tad Stromer. We had Tad on my podcast, Was It Chance? So he's a book coming out called Resistance History, right? His work centers around demystifying the patriot myth, which is really badass. If you do not follow Tad and you care about American politics, and about being part of a solution and a revolution, you got to follow Tad. And Tad said that he loves my work because I remind everybody that joy is revolution, that inner peace is revolution, that these things can coexist, that lots of things can be true at once, that you can be joyful and have inner peace and be angry and be mad and be protesting and calling and fighting. These things can all exist at once. And in fact, they have to. They have to come together, right? They have to come together. So we want to shift from doing to being. So the doing is this frantic effort, this high level energy that kind of feels like uncomfortable, into being, which is an internal state, right? It's a physical state. So here's what that looks like. Um, Instead of checking your bank account or your emails to see if you're allowed to feel safe, like, do I have enough money? Do I have enough clients? Try moving through your day with this quiet, grounded awareness that you are fully supported, that you have everything that you need. Here is my morning mantra every day. And when the weather is nice, I go outside and I stand barefoot in the grass. But I'm in Chicago and it's cold and snowy. But I stand up tall and I put my arms out to the sky, to the universe, to the sun, and I say, I have everything I need. I always have more than enough. Everything I desire desires me. The outcomes adjust as abundance flows because everything is always working out for me. Everything is always working out for me. Everything is always working out for me, and I trust that. I know that. I believe that. I have faith in that. And then I say thank you, because thank you is the most powerful prayer in the world. I am not a religious person, but I am a spiritual one. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And that is as much to me as it is to the universe and to everyone around us, right? Thank you is powerful. It is powerful. Yes, I love this. Yes, my friend Jenica says we need to connect with our higher mind by integrating all of the parts of us, the broken, the hurt, and the beautiful. Yes, all of the parts of you exist, and all of the parts of you have created this version of you. Now, some of the work that I do, a lot of the work that I do, the subconscious reprogramming work, is here to help you let go of the parts of you that protected you before but are no longer necessary. And those tend to be the parts, the imposter syndrome, the limiting voice, the things that keep you from achieving or from being, from feeling like you can be the things that you desire instead of doing what you need to do to become the thing that you desire. And that's what I love about the subconscious reprogramming work. And we do that. I have a program called the Mind Shift Mastery, which is a longer 6 session thing, but I also do quick subconscious shift sessions where we can just work on one specific problem. And now we have the Glimmer Lab, which I'll tell you guys more about in a little bit, but just this is more about maintaining that joy and peace and expansiveness. The other stuff is about clearing the mess, clearing the nonsense, getting rid of it. Because a lot of the things that we did when we were younger were necessary for survival, for protection, for safety, and we no longer need them. So getting clear on what that is so that you can release it. And the subconscious reprogramming work is really gorgeous because it allows us to shift things without necessarily having to recall or really be present in painful past memories. So it's really nice because you don't have to do that. So if anybody's interested in that, follow all the links in my bios. I'm right there, baby. Okay, so more doing, moving from doing to being. Instead of over explaining yourself so that you can prove your value and your worth, try walking into a room knowing that your worth is non negotiable and already settled. So, what do I mean when I say that? I mean, before you show up into a space, whether it's virtual or in person, take a couple of seconds, do a big deep breath in, deep breath out. Maybe do the Ho'oponopono prayer, which I love. I open all of my private coaching sessions with this. Left hand over your heart, right hand over your left, and say, thank you. I'm sorry. I forgive you. I love you. And then set your mind to how you want to be when you walk into the space. I am confident. I am powerful. I am worthy. I am strong, right? I am is a quantum statement. It is not I want to be or I think I can be. I am. I am. I am powerful. I am strong. I am abundant. I am wealthy beyond measure, whether or not I don't have a ton of money, but my wealth expands constantly. My ability to do the things that bring me joy and get me excited and support my family and travel and be there for my clients and put together incredible retreats and things like the Glimmer Lab. Oh, wealth can come in so many shapes and forms. I am, I am, I am. You have to be if you want this quantum expansion. Instead of waiting for things to be finished, chores to be finished, the work to be done before you rest, try shaking that shit right up and rest first or build it in. I had a client once who said, are you telling me that I can have dessert first? Yeah, you can. Yeah, you can read and journal and play or go for a walk or exercise or whatever you want to do before you start work. Yes, you can. Even if you're in a corporate job, And I'm guessing those of you, we got 40 people in the room on Substack right now. My heart is so happy right now. Maybe y'all have a good flexible schedule or own your own business or whatever. But even if you have a corporate job, there are ways for you to build in rest and checkpoint and taking care of yourself and turn things on their head sometimes. How can you reorganize it so that it really supports you? Try new things. This is about exploring and playing instead of forcing yourself to push through and power through when you feel exhausted or tired or depleted. Try pausing and finding a moment of joy, trusting that a few minutes of alignment is way more important to you and way more productive than 4 hours of force. Walk away when you feel like you are stressed and overwhelmed and just give yourself a break. You could do some somatic movement. I have lots of resources for that if anybody wants them. Do some deep breathing. My favorite short, quick breath work that helps with this. We'll do it together. Let's do it right now. Um, it's called the 4-7-8. So we're going to breathe in through our nose for a count of 4, hold at the top for a count of 7, and release through our mouth for a count of 8. We're going to do that 3 times. You guys are ready? Let's do it. We're going to go in, hold, release, in, hold, release. Last one in, hold, release. I don't know about y'all, but that always settles me. It always makes me feel better. It always takes me out of one flustered state of being and into one of calm and confidence and a little bit more peace. I always feel so much lighter. Use that tool whenever you want, right? Another thing that shifts you out of a frustrated state of being and into one of abundance and joy is an in the moment gratitude. So I'm certified in positive psychology. I've written 2 gratitude journals. You can see them right over my shoulder. Grow Grateful is the one for kids and families, and Shift Your Focus is the one for adults. And gratitude is scientifically proven to increase overall stress, happiness, and well-being while decreasing stress, anxiety, and depression, right? Did I say decrease? I don't know. Increasing joy, happiness, and well-being while decreasing stress, anxiety, and depression. Um, and so an in-the-moment gratitude practice would be like taking a deep breath and listing 5 things that you can see, touch, taste, smell, or hear around you. So if I do that really quickly, I am grateful that I always have fresh running water. I'm grateful for this gorgeous bookshelf behind me because I manifested it and it took a really long time, but I have this whole wall of shelves that just bring me tremendous joy. I'm grateful for this wall of windows because natural light helps me. I'm like a plant. It helps me feel connected and grow and light and joyful. It gets me excited to go into my office every day. I'm grateful for technology that's allowing me to be here with all of you. And I'm grateful to 44 people on Substack who have said, I want to share a little space with Heather today. Oh my gosh, you guys, that's amazing. Doing that will snap you out of a negative state and into a positive one because your mind cannot hold negative and positive thoughts at the same time. It's literally not possible. Try it. You can't do it. It doesn't work, right? All of these tips and tricks and tools, these are things that I share with clients, but I'm excited to share them with you as well. So, here are some ways that you can practice being right now in this moment. One is to look for those glimmers. So, you guys know what triggers are. Things that upset you, things that could go wrong, waiting for that shoe to drop. Well, glimmers are the exact opposite. These are tiny moments of micro joy, moments of safety, of beauty, of things that connect you, remind you that the world is big and that it can be beautiful. So looking for that. For me, it could be so many things. I love to find the way the sun hits the floor, that little sunspot. My doggy loves to lay in the sunspot, and it's so cute when I see him do that. Listening to my children laugh or babies laugh. If I'm really feeling sad, I will go and search up babies laughing, and you can't stay sad for very long if you're listening to babies laugh. Having coffee with a friend, or even that first sip of coffee or tea for yourself, this moment of silence, reading a good book, being excited, being surprised. Find those glimmers. And don't rush through life so quickly that you are not present for the successes, right? When something good happens, and it doesn't have to be big, I'm not talking about big things, be grateful, be present. Holy shit, 44 people are on my Substack Live right now. I am so joyful about that. I am so grateful for that because it obviously it excites me, but you all, if you get one thing out of this, that moves you, that lights you up, that inspires you, then my work is so valuable and so worthy. And I already know that it is, but I love that. So don't miss those moments. Take them in, breathe them in, celebrate them. Celebration creates celebration. Gratitude creates things to be grateful for. Joy begets joy. That's how it works. It works the opposite way too, folks. In the quantum world, in the neurological world, it works the same way. You put out that negative, you're going to get more of it. You expect bad things to happen. I promise you they will. They will because you will be creating them. You'll be designing, you'll be behaving in a way that allows them to come and find you. We don't want that. So start with that joy. Start with that connection. Start with that self trust and that self worth. You are abundant. I am abundant. I am worthy. I am powerful. I am successful. I am wealthy. I am a best-selling author. I am a fantastic parent. I am whatever, insert, right? So right now, what I want you to do is close your eyes and imagine that it's 6 months from now. And everything that you've been working towards has arrived. It's here. You're just on the other side of it. You've done it. You've succeeded. It's all happening. And I want you to close your eyes and imagine, how does your body feel? So you can picture it, you can hear it, you can feel it, whatever happens inside your mind when you create. How does your body feel? How do your shoulders feel? How do you stand? How do you breathe? What are you saying? How are the people around you reacting? And I want you to gather all of that and capture it and remember that you can step into that energy at any moment. It is always here for you. In the quantum field, pleasure is a high frequency signal. And when you allow yourself to enjoy your life right now, to feel pleasure, to feel joy, to feel gratitude, to feel powerful, if you allow yourself to feel it now instead of when you think you've earned it, you become magnetic to more of what you love. You are telling the quantum field, you are telling the universe, I am open for receiving this. This is for me. This is mine. I claim this. I am this. I receive this. I hope that you love that. I hope that you love that. All of this is part of the ease pathway, which is the pathway that I take clients through to go from pressure filled lives to pleasurable ones. If you want to know more about the ease pathway, please comment, send a message. I have an ease assessment so you can see where you are in relation to this and maybe where you could use some support. Ease stands for explore, align, simplify, sustain, and expand, embodied expansion, right? So you figure out. Um, Everything begins with awareness. Everything begins with awareness. I look at human design, the way your energy is designed to move through the world. Stop fighting who you are and working with what you've got. Explore what you most deeply desire, what's in the way, what are your blocks, and then we align. This is about an internal resonance. This is about feeling like you're embodied so that you can take embodied action and stand up and be exactly who you desire being, building the capacity to hold bigger opportunities and emotions without slipping back into survival mode. And then we simplify and sustain. Ease doesn't mean doing less necessarily. Sometimes it does, but it does mean doing what matters, clearing out the noise, getting rid of the things that don't serve you anymore, and patterning on the things that are sustainable to keep you at this beautiful higher state of being. And then embodied expansion is where all of that alignment turns into action. It turns into expansive capacity for joy and abundance and peace. No longer forcing outcomes, but flowing with rhythms. This is where you can feel like you are you feel like you're carrying less, but you're actually holding more, which is really cool. And then if you are somebody who's in this room right now and you have done a ton of this work and you no longer are in the space where you need to figure out who you are and what you want. First of all, kudos, hats off. I love that. For folks who are looking for ways to live into all of the work that you've already done, to create a space for sustainable inner peace and joy, I created the Glimmer Lab. And the Glimmer Lab is this monthly sanctuary for sustainable peace and joy. What it is specifically is 75 minutes with me, and we are going to do a somatic drop in, some journaling. I will guide you through hypnotherapy, so hypnosis session, and then reflection. It is all about the glimmers, the peace, the maintaining your well being and your joy. It's all about expansion. We're not digging up anything negative or trauma. We are only planting the good. We're being who we desire being. And when we create more of that, we have more of that. It's more expansive. We meet on the third Wednesday of every month and they alternate. So we have one that's at 11 a.m. Central, so lunchtime. And then the next month it'll be 6 p.m. Central. So based on your schedule, and you get a replay. And the cool thing is, you can just join for one session if you want, or you can buy a bundle of six and save some money. But there's no real commitment. There's no homework. You don't have to. This is not about effort. This is about ease. This is about finding time for yourself, creating time for yourself, a dedicated time for you to be with yourself and to expand internally so that you are being the destination. This is that quantum work. This is that neuroscience, that subconscious reprogramming. It is powerful and beautiful and is a lovely gift. And I have a little prize for everybody, a little gift. And no matter who you are, for your very first Glimmer Lab session, if you use code first time, you can save 50% on the session. And it made me giggle first time. Everybody remembers their first time, right? I loved it. So follow the links in my bio and see about joining me for one of the Glimmer Lab sessions. I'm super excited about this. This was really an interesting offer for me to put out. It showed up to me in a somatic meditation, and I realized that feeling like I needed to perform on websites, on social media, in marketing was keeping me from putting offers out. And I decided that I was going to just birth this into the world without any fanfare, without any big launch strategy, without a big website sales page. I have a Google Doc with details. If you guys want it, I can share it. But there's a checkout page with the info of what you're getting. And if you like me and you're excited about it and you want to be in that space, you don't need all that fancy bullshit, right? And it was stressing me out. I didn't want to do it. I didn't want to be in that space. And so I have to practice what I preach, right? Y'all can't show up if I don't give it to you to know that this container is available. So here it is. It exists, and it is here for sustainable inner peace and expansive joy. Show up for yourself and do the things that put you into this space of being. It's beautiful and powerful, and I love it. Thank you. It's very important work. I know I can barely you're right behind my computer, so I couldn't see it. It's very important work. I would love to have you guys there. I wanted to make this as easy, low-hanging fruit for all of you, as easy as it can possibly be for you to show up and say yes to yourself and take advantage of a little time that's just for you, right? So again, come for one session. If it's your first session, save 50% code first time. If you love it, buy a 6 session package. You don't have to come every single month. You're just buying six so you can pick the ones that you want to attend. Like there's no commitment here. Super easy. Okay, you guys. Woo! I always close out my live shows with EFT tapping. And for those of you who are not familiar with EFT tapping, it's emotional freedom technique. We tap on all of the different meridian points and we release the things that we no longer want and we call in the things that we do. We pattern them, we program them on to our nervous systems, onto our neurological systems, and we're putting it out into the universe. So just follow along. And you can repeat after me either out loud or in your mind. But before we do that, I want to make sure your feet are planted firmly on the ground. roll your neck just a little, like a little somatic drop in, right? Roll your shoulders forward, roll your shoulders back. I like to stretch my arms before I do this, right? Just feel your body. How often do we just go, 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 and we don't take a moment to just be in our body? Crunch your shoulders up as high as you possibly can. Oh, and then release. Doesn't that feel nice? And then before EFT tapping, I always do the Hoponopo again. So left hand over your heart, right hand over your left. Repeat after me, either out loud or in your mind. Thank you. I'm sorry. I forgive you. I love you. Okay, so now we start tapping on the karate chop point. Okay. And you can use either hand, whichever one feels good. So this is it. We're tapping like this. Repeat after me, either out loud or in your mind. Even though I've been living in the waiting room of life, I'm open to the possibility that I can exhale now. Even though I've been taught to chase the destination, I'm curious about what it feels like to be the destination. I accept where I am, who I am, and how I am. I have this power. Okay, moving to the inner eyebrow, one side or the other or both. I'm no longer chasing. I'm choosing to start with the ending. I am, I am, I am. Outer eye. I release the pressure to do so that I can be and have. I choose to be peaceful. I choose to be aligned. I choose to be successful. I am, I am, I am. Under the eye. Sometimes I feel tired, and that's okay. I normalize being human in this process. I recognize that lots of things can be true at once, and that peace and joy and success are inside work. I am in control. Under the nose, I allow myself to soften the pressure. I allow myself to seek support when and where I need it. It is safe for me to slow down. It is safe for me to surrender and trust the process. It is safe for me to trust myself. Under the mouth, prioritizing myself is leadership. My peace is worthy and valuable. I am always supported. And I deeply and completely love, honor, and accept myself. Collarbone. I like to do it like this, but you can also do this, whatever you prefer. I am shifting my frequency to resourced. I choose ease right now. I embody ease. I am peaceful. I am powerful. I am fully resourced. Everything I desire desires me. Under the arm, you do one side or the other, or a bear hug if you want to do both. It is safe for me to be successful with ease. I collapse the distance between where I am and where I want to be by simply being myself, present in this moment. Top of the head. I am the destination. My worth is non negotiable. I am magnetic to a life that I love. Starting with this breath and continuing with every breath I breathe. I deeply and completely love, honor, and accept myself. And you can gently stop tapping and just take a moment and sit with that. Notice the air on your skin. And where do you feel a little bit more space? Is it in your chest, in your shoulders, in your hips? Where do you feel more expansive? Just observe and just breathe into those expansive spaces. You are resourced. You are allowed to choose ease. It can be easy. As you move back into your day, I want you to notice these tiny glimmers that show up all around you, how you're feeling. You don't have to do anything with them, just notice them, just be present with them. And if there is ever anything that I can do to support you, I'll be back next Thursday for another episode of Live with Heather Vickery. I do open office hours on Tuesdays. You can find that link in my bio too. If you just want to come in and chat, get to know me, you want to talk about books, you want to talk about quantum physics, you want to talk about NLP or human design or anything else, just join me. It's free. You just have to register so that you can get the link. If I can support you, please reach out. What an honor, what a gift, what a joy. Yesterday, I met with a brand new client, and at the end, and I knew we were going to click. Like I could just tell that he and I were going to get along really well. And I mostly serve women and queer folks, but every once in a while, I got a straight guy. That's a good connection. And he said, "You look so joyful. I'm so excited to work with you." And I took that as such a compliment because I knew I was joyful because I was really excited to support him in this journey. And I could feel that I was showing up with joy as my state of being. And he could feel that, right? Because when we change ourselves, the people around us change. That's how it works. Super cool. Super, super cool stuff. Um, what's showing up for me so much this year is excitement. I desire excitement in my life, in my business. I have to feel excited to do the things that I want to do that will change the world. And so that was part of that was more ease, right? Dropping the Glimmer Lab without any fanfare, without any fancy sales page. I'm excited to drop it, but I wasn't excited to do that stuff. It's okay. I put it out there, right? So I hope that you find something that serves you here. I hope I see you at Tuesday office hours. I hope you connect with me privately. If you're not already subscribed on Substack, please, please, please do that. I would love that. I send out Radical Ease post every week. I also have the reading well if you like books. So that one's a fun one too. And if you're curious about subconscious reprogramming or human design, reach out. I will see you next week, I hope. Thank you all so much for being here. My name is Heather Vickery, and I'm reminding you today and every day to go out and choose yourself bravely because, my darling, you are so fucking worth it.